Ever wondered what Thanksgiving dinner looks like in the secretive world of the mob? Thanksgiving in the city was like a huge party. Families would gather around tables loaded with turkey, stuffing, and cranberry sauce, giving thanks for all the good stuff in life. But here's the cool part. Hidden in the city's slums, there was a whole different tradition going on. Turns out that these tough gangsters who commit crimes such as murder and extortion had this yearly tradition going on. Once a year, during Thanksgiving, they would chill out a bit and hand out turkeys to folks who needed them. It's not known how this tradition started, kind of like the mob itself. Some people thought it was the mob's way of connecting with the neighborhood, keeping things cool in the areas they ran. Others believed it was just a trick to throw off the cops, a friendly move that made them seem nice despite their usual bad deeds. These mob guys, usually known for being tough, would dress up in their fancy suits and give out turkeys to people who were struggling. It was a normal thing to see in the neighborhood, but to others it might seem odd that these tough, wise guys would do such a thing. Even though these guys are criminals with a sketchy history, them doing something good made you question what's right and wrong. The turkeys weren't just about a holiday feast. They were a way for the mobsters to show the neighborhood that, despite their not-so-great actions, they were still part of the community. And get this, the mob unintentionally started these makeshift food banks. Before the government got into supporting struggling communities with food banks in 1967, the mob was already helping out. It wasn't just about Thanksgiving. All year long, they would give food to families going through tough times. So yeah, even the tough guys had a soft side, making the city's Thanksgiving a little better. Back in the day, the mob had a surprising tradition, giving out turkeys and lending a helping hand to their communities. It wasn't just about being generous. There were different reasons why these mobsters got into the Thanksgiving spirit. Some wise guys felt a sense of duty to their neighborhoods. They knew that their shady business relied on the support of the people around them. So throwing some turkeys into the mix was like their way of saying, hey, we got your back, now you got ours. Others did it to keep things under control. If you're helping people in need, they're less likely to spill the beans about your activities. It was like a silent agreement. In the streets of 1930 Chicago, Al Capone, the notorious crime boss, wasn't just about speakeasies and shady deals. On Thanksgiving Day, 1930, Capone himself donned a chef's hat, personally handing out not just 5,000 turkeys, but rumors swirl that he might have thrown in some beef stew for good measure, with the aroma of generosity wafting through his State Street soup kitchen. Now, rewind to a time before President Roosevelt's Federal Surplus Relief Corporation back in October 1933. While the rest of the nation was catching up, the mob figures were already writing their own script. James Whitey Bulger, a name echoing through the south end of Boston, shared the warmth of the season by distributing turkeys. Lucas and Raymond Marquez, not to be outdone, joined the holiday parade, ensuring the community felt the mob's benevolence long before food banks became a nationwide concept in 1967. But here's the twist. The mob didn't just throw in the towel. Even with official food banks in play, they kept on giving. Sure, the government took a bigger role, but the mob still had a hand in helping out. The need for secrecy wasn't as crucial anymore, though, and the whole turkey-giving tradition started to fade away. Now, as we gather around the table for Thanksgiving, it's worth thinking about this odd chapter in mob history. Do you believe that the mob's involvement in charitable acts reflects a softer side, or is it merely a deliberate strategy to gain public support or sympathy? Let us know in the comments.